If you're working in construction or planning on starting a career in that industry, then you've probably heard the words CSCS card or ECS card. But what actually is a CSCS card and an ECS card, and how do they differ? This is where most people get confused. And at the end of the day, they get to a point where they're like, okay, which card do I need? Which one do I take? Where do I go? How do I do this? How do I do that? And it's a lot. In today's video, I am going to dive into what a CSCS card is versus what an ECS card is, and which card you actually need for your career. I will talk about what they are, how much they cost, and how to get one or the other or both if that is what you're going for. But at the end of the video, you should be in a place where you can understand the difference between the two and which one best serves you and your career. I am Tino and welcome to my channel. Now, let's get right into it. First things first, what is a CSCS card? Now, CSCS stands for Construction Skills Certification Scheme. Think of it as a passport for you to enter any construction site in the UK. What a CSCS card proves is you have adequate skills and qualifications, and you also understand the health and safety associated with being on a construction site. So, if you hold a CSCS card, you have access to construction sites in the UK. Now that you know what a CSCS card is, let's move on to an ECS card. An ECS card, standing for Electrotechnical Certification Scheme, is a card that is given to people who work in the electrical industry. So whether you're an electrician, an installer, or a fitter, anybody who works in the electrical industry has to have an ECS card. So this proves your qualifications, the type of electrical work that you do, as well as that you understand the health and safety of your job. Now, that is an outright difference from the get-go. A CSCS card is for general construction work, while an ECS card is for electrical specific work. But there is more to that than just that difference. Let's talk CSCS first. There are actually a lot of CSCS cards that a person can get, and this is where people tend to get confused. So you've got the laborer card, which is for general site work, and then other qualifications that are needed for this are not a lot. And then you have the skilled worker card for trades like carpentry, plumbing, bricklaying, and everything like that. And then there is advanced craft cards for experienced people with advanced qualifications. And then there's the supervisor cards for supervisors on construction sites, and as well as site manager cards for site managers and positions above. So the requirements for you to get each and every one of the CSCS cards is two requirements. One, a health and safety test, which costs £19.50, which is valid for 2 years. And then the second thing is your qualifications. So depending on the type of card that you need to get, that will determine the qualifications that you need. So laborers will probably need less qualifications than a skilled person who will need NVQ level qualifications, and then managers needing more qualifications, etc., etc. So depending on what card you want to get, it will determine the qualifications that you need to have. Let's talk about the cost of actually getting a CSCS card. So right across the board, each and every CSCS card is £36, except for apprenticeship cards, which are actually free. And then if you add on the health and safety fee, which is £90.50, you end up with £55.50. And each card is valid for 5 years. So have your qualifications ready, have your money ready, be ready to write the health and safety test. Know the kind of cards that you're going for, depending on the work that you do, as well as the qualifications that you have. If you need to upskill, go ahead and upskill, and then go start applying for your CSCS card. Let's move on to the ECS cards. ECS cards are quite specialized, but they're straightforward. So let's talk about the card types. The main ECS card types are number one, a trainee card, and this is for electrical apprentices. And then there is the skilled worker card for actual qualified electricians. And then there's the advanced craft card for senior electricians and supervisor cards for supervisors. Now, requirements for you to get an ECS card: number one, a health and safety test. And if you want to know more about how to prepare for that, I will link a video right there. And then number two, you will need your qualifications. So your CTN Guilds, your NVQs, your AM2 assessments, and things like that. And then the third thing that you need is actual industry experience. So you need to have at least relevant electrical experience for you to apply for this card. Let's talk about the costs. Now, for the health and safety test, you will pay £47.50 for you to see for the test, but depending on which school and which board is offering the test, that will also depend. So please do a lot more research on the prices. And then the card itself costs another £47.50, and that is the money that you pay to ECS itself. And for up-to-date or more accurate figures, just go to the ECS website, which I'll link in the description below, so you are well informed on the prices that you need to pay. So with that, you can then have your ECS card depending on what qualifications you have, what job you're looking to get, and where you're looking to go. And if you want more information on ECS card types, the actual qualifications, explanations about each and everything that is associated with getting an ECS card, please check the video there, but don't switch off this video because you need to know if you actually need an ECS card. So watch this video to the end, then go check the ECS card types if you've determined that what you actually need is an electrical certification scheme card. How do you get the card that you actually need? So for the CSCS card, number one, you need to sit for the health and safety test online. Number two, gather all your qualifications for submission. Number three, then go onto the CSCS website and complete an online application for the card. Wait for 7 to 10 days for your card and you have it. For the ECS cards, number one, you need to sit and pass the health and safety test. Number two, go to the ECS website, start your online application. Make sure you have all your qualifications ready for submission as well as your experience. And it will take you 10 to 15 days for processing. Now, the pro tip that I'll give here is not to wait to get your card. Get it now before it's an urgent matter, because processing times can vary and you never know when they will take or how long they will take, and you probably need the card urgently. So if you know for certain the route that you're supposed to take, whether CSCS or ECS, I'd advise you to get your papers in order and start your application process. So there you have it. CSCS card for general construction work and ECS card for electrical work. You decide which route works for you, go apply for the card, and all the best in your career. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you get to know of all these amazing trends in the electrical field, and turn on your post notifications so every time I post, you are informed. And if you feel like sticking around, I will link a video here where I talk about all the kinds of ECS cards that are there and the requirements, what you need, how long it takes to process them, blah, blah, blah. You can get to that. Or you can get to watching this playlist where I talk about how you can start a career in the UK as an electrical engineer with overseas qualifications. And as always, I'm happy you were here, and I'll see you in the next video.